Alright, this time I want to talk about terrorism. I want to talk about the government's official advice in the event of a terrorist attack. Run, hide, and tell. This is what the government expects you to do in the event of a terrorist attack. Run from the attacker, find somewhere to hide, and turn off your phone, as it says here, and tell the police. Now, there's several problems with this. What if you cannot run? What if there's nowhere to hide? Excuse me. And what if for whatever reason you cannot call the police? Some people are not physically able to run because they're in wheelchairs, or because they're disabled, or because they're too old to run. What if the attacker is quicker, the attacker is faster than the intended victims? Of course the government should be giving out advice, but honestly this advice is bullshit. This is all they've given us. In the UK we have pretty piss poor self-defence laws. We're not allowed to own anything or carry anything for self-defence. That includes non-lethal tools like pepper spray. We're not even allowed to own pepper spray. Now, to me this is a bit ridiculous. Pepper spray is completely non-lethal. The only effects of pepper spray is blindness for 20 minutes and that's it. Or a baton, which can be used to knock a knife out of a terrorist's hands, or just any other attacker's hands for that matter. Knife attacks are very common now with terrorism, and hammers are occasionally being used, as are axes. And of course acid. Now, the thing with pepper spray is, acid is occasionally being used for robbery, in which the attacker is throwing acid in the victim's faces to steal their motorbike, which is quite common in London now. Would it not be better to legalise pepper spray for everyone, so they can defend themselves against terrorists, thieves and rapists? Now, you would think that would be the sensible idea, but another positive outcome would be if an attacker was to use the pepper spray on an intended victim instead of acid. Because what these attackers have been doing as of recently is filling up spray bottles, and using it to spray the acid in the eyes of the victims. Now, this is what happens when you ban everything. Of course, the government's solution to this is to ban the online sale of knives and to restrict the sale of acids like bleach or toilet cleaner. Not that that's really going to make a difference, because a terrorist is a terrorist. He's going to, a criminal is a criminal. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, in countries such as France, for example, where firearms, well, they're not illegal, but machine guns are illegal. Automatic firearms like the AK-47. How did the terrorists get a hold of those when they are illegal in France? They also managed to get RPGs. Now, thankfully, they never used them, as far as I'm aware, anyway. Not to mention that vehicles are increasingly being used in the event of terrorism, for terrorism even. And some of the truck rammings have had a higher death count than the firearms attacks. Now, again, back to this run, hide and tell thing. This is the kind of thing that you would tell a 5-year-old in a school playground, not to take sweeties of a strange man, and if a stranger offers them sweeties or wants to talk to them or asks them to get in their car, they should run, hide and tell an adult. You see the similarity here? Now, I remember being told this in primary school years ago, a long time ago, being told, not, if someone approaches you to run hide and tell. I don't see how this is any different. Now, maybe this is good advice for children right here, but not for adults. We should be able to defend ourselves. I'm not suggesting giving every single person a firearm. I do think certain people, like firearm certificate holders, for example, really a law-abiding people should be given the opportunity, if they wish, to receive tactical firearms training and to buy and own and carry their own firearm, probably a pistol, for self-defense and defense of the general public. These same people who would carry a firearm are pretty likely to also carry a first aid kit. This is something you see in America. Quite a few of the American gun channels that I watch, for example, the people carry a firearm or knives even to protect themselves or others, and they say that. But not only that, many of them also carry a first aid kit, because the way they see it is, if they can take a life to save a life, they can also take a first aid kit to save a life. And that's a good way of thinking, in my opinion. And they carry the first aid kit as much as they carry the firearm. And I think that would also be the case in the UK. Of course, pistols have been banned for over 20 years, and every other kind of firearm is hard to get, yet there has still been crime with firearms. Illegal firearms, because it's mostly pistols that's being used. But back to the terrorism, acid and knives and vehicles is, the top choice for weapons. Banning things like knives is really not the answer. That just restricts, the freedom of people like myself and other knife collectors and users. Terrorists will still get them. The terrorists are not using combat knives. Excuse me. They're not using expensive knives of Heinz Haines. They're using kitchen knives. Same with any other crime involving knives. It's not expensive knives like people collect. It's kitchen knives and utility knives. I mean, I don't see how, at the very, very, very least, carrying some form of pepper spray or legalizing it is so unreasonable. We can't have anything for self-defense. Just think about it. If you were in the middle of a terrorist attack, what would you do? Are you going to run, hide and tell? What if you can't? I mean, you're going to have to go into your pocket or your bag, take out your phone, unlock your phone, and dial 999, wait for someone to answer and explain the situation, and then wait for them to get there. That could be a really long time. That could be the rest of your life. In one of the more recent attacks, I think it was a few months ago, somewhere in London, the victims were throwing chairs at the attacker, the terrorist, with a knife. They should have had something like pepper spray, so they could have sprayed them in the eyes and disarmed them, so they're no longer a threat. Or a baton, such as these. These and pepper spray are completely non-lethal. You can use these to knock a knife out of someone's hands, as they were intended for. I don't know about you, but I'd rather not be a terror statistic. I'd rather not just be another number. A victim. Let's not be victims. Your safety should be your responsibility, not the responsibility of the police or the government. We should be able to take our own lives into our own hands. We should not have to sit and wait for someone to save us, because that could be the end of our life. as it has been for so many. There had been some witnesses in France and Germany, if I remember correctly, people witnessing terror attacks involving firearms, and a witness said, if I had a gun, I would have shot him. And there's plenty, there's photos out there of, we'll just comparing, just showing you. I mean, if these people are able to film this, take a photo, well, honestly, would it not be better if they shot them? Is it better that they had a gun instead of a camera? Wouldn't you have thought? You know, in the event of a terrorist attack, or any other crime for that matter, what would you prefer to have to hand? A firearm, or a phone, or a camera? Either way you could be shooting, but with a firearm you could be saving lives. With a camera, you just gotta sit there and helplessly watch people die until the police come to scrape them off the floor. And to me, this is what this is about. Something as simple as pepper spray. Now, pepper spray is legal in certain other European countries. I'm not entirely sure where. I'm not entirely sure if they're allowed to use it against people. I think, for example, in Germany, they're allowed to use it against animals, but that's it, and to me that's dumb. I believe batons are also legal in Germany. And they can be carried, although I could be wrong, I'm not too well researched on that. About the firearms thing, it's not just America that has pistols for self-defense. Czech Republic and Austria also allow firearms for self-defense. In Czech Republic, pepper spray, batons, all kinds of knives, everything is legal there to anyone over 18. No license or anything, and they can carry them and use them for self-defense. And you know what? There's been no terror attacks in Czech Republic. Excuse me. And the Czech Republic has some of the least crime in the whole of Europe. I think that's worth noting. Something as simple as this could be the difference between your life and your death. Either way, to me this is absolutely outrageous. Run, hide and tell. Terrorism is not going away anytime soon. The security services have even said that themselves. It's time we were allowed the tools required to protect ourselves and our friends and family. Because like I said, I don't really want to be a terror statistic. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.